This is 5 on your side at noon. Focused on you.
Happening right now at noon, hundreds of students and staff at Columbia High School gather to lay a classmate to rest. This is a live look at Order Park in Columbia. A celebration of life is just ending for Crawford Bryant, the 16-year-old boy who died in a traffic crash in Monroe County over the weekend. It's been an emotional week for students. Last night, the varsity soccer team played for the first time without Crawford. You can see the large turnout as they played Mascoutah. Crawford will also be remembered at tomorrow's football game. Columbia takes on Waterloo. Players for both teams are expected to walk into the stadium together, arms locked. Thanks for being here at noon. I'm Kay Quinn. We're also following the latest developments in Winder, Georgia, where a community is grieving the nation's latest school shooting. 4 are dead. A 14-year-old student is in custody. NBC's Priya Sridhar has the latest.
I'm here at Appalachia High School, where the community is still mourning today. We're learning new information about both the suspect and the victims. The suspect has been identified as 14-year-old Colt Gray, who was a student at the school, and we're now learning that he was actually on the radar of the FBI just last year. They say authorities questioned both him and his father revealing that he did have hunting rifles inside of the house, but that Colt Gray did not have unsupervised access to them. We're also hearing from authorities that he used an AR-15 style weapon in this shooting. We don't have any more information about how he got that weapon or what his potential motive could be. We also know that the 4 deceased victims, 2 of them are 14-year-old students, 2 are math teachers. The remaining 9 victims are being treated in hospitals. 8 of them are students, 1 is a teacher, but they are all expected to survive. We also know that the teenage suspect will be charged with murder and tried as an adult. Back to you.
Now, the Barrow County Sheriff says the suspect was a new student at the school. His first full day of class was yesterday. Investigators still don't know if the victims were targeted. As for the survivors, most of them have been released from the hospital. Also developing today, a man who allegedly shot 2 officers in Macomb, Illinois, is still barricaded inside a house. The shooting happened during a standoff last night as the officers served a search warrant at a home near the Western Illinois University campus. Police say that standoff is ongoing. Meanwhile, both officers have been released from the hospital. WIU closed both its Macomb and Quad Cities campuses today. 1 hour from now, a funeral will begin for a Missouri police officer who died in the line of duty. Osage Beach police say Felicia Carson died in a crash while assisting in a police pursuit early Saturday morning. Carson joined the Osage Beach Police Department in 2023. She is survived by her husband and 6 children. 1 person is dead after a traffic crash in Washington County. It happened this morning on Highway 21 at Furnace Creek Road, that's just south of Potosi. The Missouri Highway Patrol confirms a person in one of the vehicles has died. A juvenile in another vehicle is critically injured. No other details are known right now. New details on a shooting that left a 4-year-old girl dead in North St. Louis. Police have identified the little girl as Harley Hosen. They say her sibling shot her Monday night after one of them found their mother's gun. 4 children were home alone at the time. The St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office tells us charges have not been filed, but nothing is off the table. Police say they're working with Child Protective Services to make sure Harley's siblings are safe. Murder suspect Pam Hupp will be back in court in about 90 minutes. Hupp is charged with first-degree murder in the 2011 death of Betsy Faria. Prosecutors and defense lawyers trying to find a location for Hupp's trial outside of Lincoln County. Prosecutors claim Hupp killed Faria and framed Faria's husband for the murder. He served 3 years in prison before the conviction was overturned. Hupp is already serving a life sentence for the 2016 murder of Louis Gumpenberger.
And our weather impact forecast, boy, there's a front coming as we get into the overnight hours with limited rain chances, but a huge cool down for this weekend. So get ready for that, a taste of fall. But before that happens, boy, some of us getting into the low 90s today. So hot. Maybe the heat index a couple of degrees warmer or hotter than the actual air temperature, but not too terrible. But just watch that heat. It gets up into the 90s in some spots. There's a front with limited moisture to our north and west, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Right now it's very sunny, a few puffy cumulus clouds. And look at that temperature, 87 degrees, and the feels like temperature 89. The dew point, luckily it's not 70, but it's about 65. So you feel that uptick in the humidity and a west-southwest wind at 11 miles an hour. So current temperatures, boy, a lot of us in the 80s, but Sullivan's at about 79, and it is 86 in Alton. So the forecast headlines, near 90 today, and some of us lower 90s. A spot shower chance late tonight, early tomorrow, but that autumn feel this weekend. Great for the Mizzou game if you're headed there. Much more in our forecast coming up.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Jim. An update now on the race for St. Louis City Sheriff. Current Sheriff Vernon Betts lost the recount vote of last month's primary to Alfred Montgomery. The city's Board of Elections finished a two-day process of rescanning all the ballots. It shows Betts lost by 221 votes. So far, the Betts campaign has not indicated if it might pursue a hand count of all the ballots. The Animal Protective Association of Missouri needs your help. St. Louis County Police responded to a home in Wildwood August 28th for a welfare check and found 137 cats. The APA says they found them living in filthy conditions. It's unclear if criminal charges will be filed. The group says the cats aren't yet ready to be adopted, so it's looking for people willing to adopt or foster the other animals currently in their shelter. Still ahead, newly released body cam video from the day before a sheriff's deputy shot and killed Sonia Massey. Why she asked police for help hours before. And a podcast helps land an arrest in a cold case in St. Francis County. The story of Jimmy Wade Martin and his death 35 years later.